today's morning power up call. Another wonderful day here inside of the Copyrighted Campus. We're joining together across the world right now to put our minds together to look forward into the future and decide how we're going to move forward, improve ourselves, and achieve the highest level of personal mastery inside of copywriting, and turn around and use that mastery and the highest level in order to be the most successful, earn the most money so you can earn lots of money, invest it, get rich. Again, that's the game. So these calls are an important part of that because it's a chance for us to realign ourselves, to shift our perspectives and identify problems before they arise, right? So normally people go through life and they don't see the roadblock until they hit the roadblock, until it becomes a limiting factor. If you can expose yourself to other people who are on the same path as you and are perhaps have a higher or different perspective, they can oftentimes point out roadblocks before they become a limiting factor, and you can fix them. So instead of starting and stopping, you can move forward more smoothly because you're able to avoid the roadblocks in your path. So if you're here right now, that's wonderful. If you're watching this later as a replay, that's wonderful too. This is an opportunity for all of us to come together, enhance our perspective, avoid roadblocks, avoid problems, and achieve success faster. So today I want to talk about something I have seen. So some of you inside of the Legions have seen some of the work I've been doing. If not, hang tight. I will be coming soon to your Legion to be dropping some of the value I've been doing throughout the Legions. But there's been a really common theme that I've seen amongst mostly the new guys who are starting out inside of the Legions, inside of the Copyrighted Campus when it comes to cold outreach. Now, I recommend you guys do cold outreach for several reasons when you're first starting out, but it all depends on your ability to socially calibrate yourself to the situation. Now, there's a lot of things I have to say about that. There's a lot of new information that I'm going to be adding to the bootcamp to help you guys along this process, and I'll be sure to notify you guys when I put it in there. So you'll be able to get to it as soon as it happens. But there's a certain level of social awareness that has to exist for you to perform this interaction, this cold outreach with a prospective client in a way that keeps them interested, makes them want to read, and sets the stage for you to engage with them in a way that will land them as a client where they'll see you as an expert, even though you're the one reaching out to them, right? There's a whole lot of things I have in the works for you guys to help clarify the mindset around that. I assumed that a lot of you had the social awareness to sort of pick up on these when I put together the course originally. However, as more people have gone through, I've seen more and more people who are, maybe you're a little younger, maybe you haven't spent your time running around with high net worth guys and having deep level conversations with others. I guess that's a reality for a lot of people. So I can help you guys bridge the gap and reach that point, because I did that at some point in my life as well. But I can teach you guys a lot about how to do this. And I'm going to be adding a lot of material inside the bootcamp to do so. But in the meantime, today I wanted to give you guys the key, the one single, let's say, foundational idea about interacting with other people that will help you completely change your outreach. And I said it in 120 seconds. You should be able to take what I'm about to tell you, turn around and look at what your current outreach strategy is, and identify ways to enhance it in about 2 minutes, right? Like this is a simple filter. This is a very simple idea, but it is one that is extremely powerful. You get this right, you are going to have success. If you ignore this principle, which many of you have to some degree, you're going to not get any responses. This is why 9 times out of 10, when people are like, hey, I've sent 200 emails, I've got 0 positive replies, I can look at their stuff and I always see that they're missing this particular idea. There you go. So I've teased it up for you guys. You guys are probably curious exactly what I'm going to say right now. Now it's time for me to tell you. When interacting with other people, you have to understand that 99 times out of 100, there is one important filter running through their head, and that is, what is in it for me? Humans are inherently self-interested. Humans inherently care about themselves. They care about their time. And the more important they become, the more self-interested they are. And this is not a bad thing. Self-interest is what motivates the world. If you try and fight against someone's self-interest or betray their self-interest, you're not going to get very far. But if you can find a way to work with their self-interest to feed into their self-interest, then you can achieve things with them, right? Being a successful leader is aligning everyone's self-interest in the same direction so you can move everyone towards a more positive future. And that's something that happens as a copywriter, as a marketing consultant, as a digital marketer. When you show up to a business to help them make more money, you are effectively leading these people. So you have to start the interaction, and you have to maintain throughout the interaction this idea of what's in it for me. You have to answer that question immediately, right? There's so many of you guys, when I would go through and read some of your cold outreach emails, you guys start talking about some goofy story, or you start going on some big, long, rambling rant about yourself or something like that. You have to realize these people do not care about that at all, right? They care about themselves, they care about their own problems, and they care about their own dreams. The quicker you can start talking about that, and the quicker you can connect and tease something valuable that will help serve them, help them overcome a pain or frustration, and help them achieve a dream state that they have within their business, the more likely they're going to pay attention to what you have to offer and entertain the possibility of speaking with you on a call. Which, again, when you're doing this cold outreach, you are making a huge ask on them, on their time. They are going to have to invest, you're basically asking them to invest an hour, let's say 1/10 of their waking day, of their work day, like 10% of their time to you on a particular day. That is a huge ask for someone who is on the bleeding edge of growing their business, right? Which is who I want you guys to work with, is fantastic, wonderful clients, right? For many of these people, they've put a number of valuation on their time. They can actually tell you how much every single hour of their time is worth. And it's going to be anywhere from $500 an hour to $10,000 an hour, depending on who you're talking to, right? So you are asking these people for $500 to $10,000 worth of their time in exchange for potentially, it's an investment into the potential upside of you being able to help them increase their revenue by more than that. But you have to realize this cold email is a huge ask, right? And if you are not laser focused on what's in it for me, they will see you as someone with their hand out, someone who is trying to take from them instead of someone who's trying to give to them. If you focus it all on them and what they need, and you show them the value that you have, you tease the value, you don't explain it, but you tease the value that they're going to have, they can see, this person is bringing something to my life. This is bringing someone useful to help me solve my problems. I'm going to invest an hour of my life to have a sales call with this guy in hopes that we can potentially get a good return on investment. But he seems to care about what I'm doing, so I'm willing to at least entertain the possibility. So that is why it's so important. What's in it for me, especially at this level, especially with the kind of people you're reaching out to, it has to be front and center. The first line, from the very first 1 to 2 lines, the subject line, they have to know, this has something valuable for me, right? Because if not, you're just someone who's asking and taking, and they don't need another person like that in their life. So that's the principle of what's in it for me as it relates to cold email. The more you think about this principle, the more you will realize, you'll start to realize how it applies to other parts in your life. You'll understand how it applies to other social situations. You'll understand how it applies to your normal copywriting for your eventual clients. This is a foundational principle of social interaction, right? So I want you all to take this idea. I want you to seriously self-reflect on the cold email approaches and however you've been reaching out to clients. I want you to sit down and run this filter through your current outreach. What's in it for me? What's in it for the person I'm reaching out to? How quickly do I share that to them? Is it something that's perceived as valuable to them? It's cold email and sales and all this. I want you to test new things and do different things. You have to understand, it's not like there's some step-by-step plan you follow. It's not like there's a formal dance you do in the cold email and they have to listen to you. You 100% have to persuade them, right? You have to answer what's in it for me. You have to connect with them. That has to happen. And how you do that can change. And I want you guys to test out different things. I've got a whole bunch of new material to drop with you guys about how to do this outreach in a more effective way, specifically by helping understand the social interaction that is occurring when you're doing the email. But use this filter, understand that you have to, again, it's not like, I sent my number of emails. They have to actually be effective, and you have to reach the prospective customer or the prospective client in the correct way, and use what's in it for me to find out if you're doing that and adjust your stuff to match it, right? As you do so, more people will read your email, right? all the way through. A lot of people will open it, but not everyone reads it. This will get people to read your email all the way, and they'll be more interested and reply. You'll have a higher positive reply rate if you can answer what's in it for me quicker and in a more compelling way. So I want you guys to take this, all of you guys who are inside of Allegiant, who are doing cold outreach, take this and apply it. If you are not yet there, if you're still going through the boot camps, take this principle, apply it to the stuff you are currently doing, look at the social interactions you are performing on your day-to-day basis, and kind of realize how this exchange of value is happening. Try and keep an eye out for it. It'll help you to give you the social maturity to turn around and be able to reach out to clients and work with them. Get through the boot camps as quickly and efficiently as possible. They are fairly difficult. They require some effort. You have to develop skills, but get through them as quickly as possible. They're not meant to be a place you go and hang out and languish in for 30, 40 days. You want to get in there, and within 2 weeks, you want to pass all the way through them, get to Allegiant, and get the work done. Again, because this is about getting you guys further along the path as quickly as possible. And I'm going to be there along the way to help speed things up. We got the apprentices there as well. Your Legion commanders are fantastic. Take this information, apply it, move through this program with as much speed and efficiency as you possibly can. Realize that you're going to be revisiting these principles. You're going to be coming back. Again, I'm updating them all the time. So go through, learn them as well as you can the first time through. Don't obsess over it. Just move on, and we're going to continue to refine the process on the back end as you guys end up in your legions and your units, and we start doing the actual work. So that being said, this has been a good call. We've gone over a very important principle, one that is going to stay with you for the rest of your life, hopefully. This is one of those transferable principles that's at the heart of copywriting that will serve you for the next 80 years or more. Study it, listen to it, use this. It'll be very helpful. I will talk to you guys again tomorrow.